The newest season of Broadway recently kicked off here at the Embassy Theater with the Book of Mormon, but that's just the beginning. There are so many more shows that you can attend that is so exciting. So I'm so thrilled to be joined by Carly Myers, the Chief Marketing Officer at the Embassy Theater. Hello.
Hello.
How's it going?
It's going great.
Good. Okay, so this season, I mean, here we are again.
Yes.
A new season,
That's right.
new shows.
Yep.
I mean, very exciting. I was going through the rundown and I said, ooh, these are different and new.
Yes.
And so let's talk about it a bit.
Sure.
What can people look forward to kicking off, I mean, just in a couple of weeks?
Yeah, so we've got Mrs. Doubtfire. So for anybody that's a fan of that movie, a very beloved movie, has been brought to stage as a musical. It's going to be super fun. Then we have Kinky Boots in January. Have a little bit of a holiday break. We have Kinky Boots in January. We have Spam-A-Lot at the end of the season. We've got Beetlejuice, The Music Man. We've got like a very rich season, and it's nice because some of these shows are family friendly. So it's, you know, every season we try to have something in there for families. That doesn't always work out the way we want it to, but this season we've got kind of like a wide, diverse array and things that can appeal to the whole family.
Right. I mean, even with that Mrs. Doubtfire, that caught my attention because I was like, oh, how will they do that?
Yes,
you know?
exactly.
Like, you want to see the costume change and then the comedy, of course, play into it. So that's going to be a really good one. And it's going to be for 2 days.
Yes. So all of our shows this season, with the exception of the Book of Mormon, which was an add-on show, are all 2 days. We're growing Broadway, so we are hoping in years to come that we're going to have, you know, 3 days and full weeks and stuff like that. That's how we're trying to grow this whole experience in Fort Wayne. We also have Clue also on that. That was the one I missed. And Clue is the first drama that we've had here in years. So it's not a musical, but you know, that's a really fun concept. I mean, anybody that is familiar with that game and what that is all about in the movie, really, really fun, and it's a shorter show, so that's can be helpful too, especially when we're doing some of these midweek shows.
Okay, so let's talk about that a bit. So I was thinking that was another one that popped out on the list because I was like, how are you going to sing a Clue? How are you going to sing a murder mystery?
No singing in that one.
No singing.
Yeah, so
and
it's
so
just
you
a
say
straight
that there was a
drama.
movie. So is this based off of the movie?
Yeah, it's kind of this amalgamation of the movie and just what Clue is as the board game. So again, another like really fun like throwback. I mean, most people know what Clue is. It's that whole whodunit concept. So that'll be really fun, and that is actually that'll be fun this season. It's kind of different because we're usually all musicals, so it's kind of nice to squeeze that one in as a drama.
Yeah, it's like it was the librarian with a candlestick in the foyer or whatever.
Exactly.
Yes,
that's right.
Kind of like a little murder mystery happening in front of us. Okay, that's going to be really great. And another one that stood out is Beetlejuice.
Yes.
So
yes, we've had people ask for Beetlejuice for several of the years I've been at the embassy. So really exciting to be able to get that kind of on the season. And you know, who doesn't? I mean, that classic Tim Burton movie just brought to life. And I know people that have seen it in New York and on the tours across the country say it's a really fun, cool show.
Yeah, and I love that when these shows kind of roll out at the same time that like there's a new movie or a remake, so you can kind of see it in different iterations and enjoy it in different ways. So let's talk about Kinky Boots a bit because I don't know anything about it, but is that like a cabaret show?
So it is a very classic Broadway show about kind of people finding out that do not have anything in common. They find out they do have things in common. So it's kind of that concept, but it is a very well-known. It won all of the all of the awards for a musical. So it is a very popular, well-known Broadway show. A lot of people that have that are huge Broadway people in Fort Wayne are excited about it. It always does well. We actually had a Broadway star a few years ago at our gala that was the star of that show, Billy Porter. So he actually came out on the stage in the red boots and stuff. So it was like
he came.
Yeah, he was a part of our gala years ago. It was like when we first started doing our gala in the spring. So it's very exciting to have him here at a time when you know he's gotten so big. So yeah, that
Billy Porter.
that was really cool. But yeah, Kinky Boots is a very kind of a classic Broadway show.
Yes, and then the season ends with Spamalot?
Yes, in June.
Okay, and is that like a kid-friendly show?
That, you know, I
There's
always
a kid on the cover.
I always tell people, we always encourage our families to like vet the shows, you know, and get familiar with them. I mean, Monty Python humor is more adult.
Okay.
So like I would exercise some caution depending on, you know, ages and stuff like that.
Right.
But that is a show that as we released the season had a ton of excitement. A lot of people have wanted to see Spamalot in Fort Wayne, and it's kind of gotten, it's kind of been re-energized as far as the name and stuff.
Right.
So that is going to be very popular. We already have people that are just like itching to buy tickets for that. And our season is ending a little bit later than normal, so having a longer, so having a little bit longer. Normally we wrap right before Memorial Day or around Memorial Day, so we've kind of extended the season a little bit this year to bring more Broadway to the community.
Yes, because it's hard those months that Broadway is off. It's like, oh no, I need a show.
That's right.
Okay, so people can buy individual shows and they can buy them by the season, right?
Yes.
So that's still available.
Yes.
Do you open up the shows like really far in advance so they can start purchasing now, or they kind of open up in increments?
They kind of roll out in very specific ways.
Okay.
Beetlejuice will be rolled out here very soon, so just teasing the public to keep an eye on individual tickets for Beetlejuice. We do have the subscription still available so that you can get a ticket, the same seat for every show, so you can get kind of your coveted spot. That's very important to our Broadway audience. And then if you buy the package and you get all 6 shows, even at the lowest package, it's about $46 a show. So you can kind of buy into a subscription for about $255. Or we know that price is an issue in our market, and that price is an issue for people in general right now. So we have something called the Balcony Club, and it gives you a seat in the upper balcony, which there's not a bad spot in our house, to 3 shows, and then a drink voucher for all 3 shows, and all in that's $99.
Oh wow!
Which is a really amazing deal. So we wanted to make it more accessible to people that couldn't quite afford a season subscription, or they weren't sure how to make it happen. So we're trying to grow, you know, our Broadway base, whether it's students or people on fixed incomes. That was important to do that. So it's the second year we've done that. Very popular.
I love that because I mean, honestly, the shows are just so good. Like you said, there's not a bad seat in the house, and I don't know. It's like we got to reach different people to say, hey, come and experience this live performance. These are national touring shows. You know, like this is a big deal, and I think a lot of people don't realize it's just so tangible.
I know.
You know,
Yes,
it's happening here.
You said it perfectly. Once people come into a Broadway show at the Embassy, especially if it's their first time, they're like, why didn't I know this was here? You know,
Okay, perfect. And then of course they have to come. I love getting in line, getting that delicious popcorn.
That's right.
You know, saying hey to everyone. Y'all always have these little photo opportunities. Booths out there. I mean, it's a whole experience.
It is.
So everyone has to come out. Okay, so in addition to the Broadway shows, you have a couple of extra shows that's happening at the Embassy. You always have something going on. So let's talk about the holiday show and then also the comedy show.
So we have lots of stuff going on for the holidays, but we have Dolly Parton's Smoky Mountain Christmas Carol, which is kind of this really cool merging of the classic Christmas Carol story with her having scored the entire musical. So people that love Dolly and what she's about and just the things that she puts her name on are a high quality, you know, experience. So we're excited about that. And then we've got some shows coming up, some comedy shows at the end of this month. We've got Steve Martin and Martin Short and Tom Segura. Those shows have both sold very well. We have some single tickets, but
that's a huge deal.
It is a big deal.
Comedians coming to Fort Wayne. That's exciting.
That's right. So I always tell people, keep an eye out when we promote things because sometimes they sell out very quickly.
Because there are people that watch and they look and they know when it goes on sale because you had a really big comedian. I think it was last year. I can't remember his name, but he was sold out. I mean, within days. It was crazy.
It is crazy. It's always fun to watch that from the inside at the Embassy because you just know that people are just dying to get that live performance here, you know, in their backyard.
Awesome. Well, thank you, Carly, for sharing. This is going to be an exciting Broadway season.
It is.
All right. If you'd like more information about the Embassy Theater, then we'll have their website listed below. Remember, you can go and check out all of the shows that they have coming up, so many. Save the date for them, and also go ahead and get your season ticket so you don't miss out on any of them. And I look forward to seeing you after the break.